Hit the throttle, feel the cheese. Two wheels lift, grip tight, cut the breeze. Ladies and gentlemen, karibu to another episode of Cat on Wheels podcast. I'm your host Kat, and today we are at the usual place, the Bistro Adreno, where we film some of our coolest episodes with some of the coolest guests. And today we have one special guest who is a PWD. He's been participating in races, the drag race, the Whistling Morans, and he's been championing well. Help me welcome Charles Kimiti.
Thank you.
You good? Karibu sana. You said this is... very nice.
Ready.
Yeah, so in case you guys don't know, I'm also learning sign language this instant. It's like, it's now becoming a thing now for me. And I'm so excited to be in the presence of greatness, Charles Kimiti. Charles Kimiti is a racer and is also a person living with disability. And as you know, it's not an easy journey, especially trying to integrate yourself in the society where you are the minority, yeah? So, Charles, I'm curious about this, and it's just off topic, it's not bike related. Do you know how to operate things like mobile phones?
He's saying yes.
Is it any different from ours?
So my communication with the phone, I use messages. So then number two, I use WhatsApp. So for the hearing group, of course they call, but for the deaf, we use our hands to talk. So we can use Google Meet. So when we see each other, we are able to talk with our hands. Then number two, we use English. So at least we use fewer words where we send messages, and that is how we are able to communicate. The messages are sent in English. Yeah.
So is it like is it a technology that was there, or the Android and the iOS phones designed it for the persons living with disability, like you?
So the hearing, we have the hearing, the persons with disability, and then we have technology. So people who cannot see, of course, when they touch their phone, we have a pop-up sound. But for the blind, with the blind, they can able to hear and they can able to talk. But for the deaf, it is easy seeing and in English. So we are able to send messages. Of course, we don't voice. So we use messages, but communication is English only. It focuses on English only. When we use, it is impossible to use Kiswahili. It is very hard to communicate. So the hearing and the Nini, they have a challenge, especially when they use Kiswahili. But when we are talking, the two of us, and we are able to use English, it is easy for us to communicate. So the technology that is there, maybe in English, when we see that we don't understand that thing, we try to change it to Kiswahili. And then when I am able to see, and sometimes we use Google. So for Google tries to translate a Kiswahili word that is hard, so that for us we're able to see it and understand it.
And why is Kiswahili so hard?
So sometimes, so the Kiswahili word, for English is easy to understand, but Kiswahili words, it is hard for us to understand. So it is must for us to, it is not easy for a deaf are not taught in Kiswahili.
They're taught in English.
Yeah.
Okay. That is interesting. And now a little bit about your childhood experience, you growing up. Did you have challenges communicating with the society or the people around you?
Yes. So you are correct. So when I was growing up in school, so I went to school. So the group there, the teacher there was hearing. So he would write. So all the pupils were hearing. So growing up, so okay, I was hearing, and while growing up, that is when I became deaf. I was around 15 thereabout.
Wait, you realized you are deaf at the age of 15?
Yes. So
and before that, you were okay? You were listening well?
So he said, okay, so he was born, deaf, then he went to school, and then he saw the school was mixed up. So we had other people talking, so he was wondering, how are they talking? So he understood that, okay, some grew up hearing, others are sick, meningitis, then they went to the hospital, then they became deaf. So they searched for schools. So Kiambu. So there's a school in Kiambu. So he went there. So the school was mixed there. We have the hearing and the deaf. They're mixed all there. So the lady teacher would write on the board and talk. But for him, who was born deaf, he had a challenge. He had a big problem. Why? Because before, the teacher did not have sign language skills, even a little. So he would not understand a thing. So the teacher trying to force the exam, so he would try, but it was impossible. So other hearing students who were half deaf had a communication problem. So he moved out, and people out there, communication was very challenging because he would not understand a thing. So he was oppressed. So seeing that you are deaf, maybe he will be kicked and sent back home. So he suffered a lot. Why? Because of communication problem. So he was patient. He tried learning only sign language. So he tried, but in school,
Tricky.
he was not understanding a thing. Yeah. Because the teacher was hearing. So he tried, and growing up, so the exam, he did a class 8 exam. And then the teacher was hearing, so it was hard. But he tried his best, and then so later on he started understanding English, but Kiswahili was impossible for him to understand.
Okay. And I heard him mentioning meningitis. Is it like an underlying condition that can lead to such?
Yes, he's saying yes. So the deaf, when they go for surgery, sometimes they try to, some have tried going to corrective surgery to try and hearing, to try and become, at least hear again. Others have become successful. Others use the hearing aid at least to hear the voice. So when you are growing up and then you are having the hearing aid, at least it becomes easy for you to hear. But for him, because he was born deaf and he grew up, so it is hard for him to try and use the hearing aid because he's not used to hearing. So it is confusion. It is kind of confusion and it's easy. Yeah. So the head is kind of aching. So it is so pain. So he dropped the hearing aid and he's okay that way.
He's okay that way.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And what are some of your day-to-day challenges that you go through with the person living with disability? As a person living with disability, rather.
So the deaf have challenges. So sometimes others, maybe in matatu, we have a communication problem. So when they see that you're not able to talk, that they don't allow you entry because they wonder how will they talk with you. Yeah. So maybe they don't know how you communicate the stops, so they opt to leave you behind. Here number 2. People pretend, and when they see that they take advantage of the deaf, they change the fare. Maybe when the fare is 30, they try to add. They try to say at least 70. They make it expensive. Why? Because they see that you are deaf and they think that you are stupid people. So when it comes to paying, they might say that maybe it is 200. And when they say that it's deaf, they try to they say that it is 500, yet it was 200. They think that the deaf, we are stupid.
Don't understand.
Yeah. Also, communication in hospitals, it is a big problem. So for a deaf person, when you enter the hospital, and maybe the nurse, they see that you are deaf, okay, they tell you to sit down. But for the hearing person, when they come, they are able to be attended to faster, and their line
Attend
is
to them.
moving. So the nurse tried to say that, may try and say that, I don't know sign language, so you'll sit there the whole day until evening. So that is when the nurse will maybe come back and ask you, what is the problem? Are you sick? And that they say now, okay. So the process becomes long the whole day. So you see that is oppression. Also, in the banks, there is no equity. Communication is very hard. So for the deaf, in banks, we don't know how the money will deposit. So maybe opening an account. So when they see that you don't know how to communicate, they tell you to sit there and wait. So you just sit there, you wait. So I think maybe they should have an interpreter. So you wait until it's evening, and maybe you might be upset, and you try to go
Just
back.
leave.
So that is a lot of oppression.
Yeah, that's a lot of challenges. So matatu, banks, hospitals, and I'm sure now on the roads. And now you are also a biker. But how do you cope with these challenges? Do you think the government is doing enough to support you?
Thank you. So it is good that I'm a biker. So I have my own bike. So 1,500 cc.
Yeah.
150, sorry, 150 cc, sorry,
Hey.
150 cc, that is my bike.
I was going to be like, show me.
Okay, so
That's
he's saying
too
that
big,
his
it's a
bike,
small cc.
he's saying that his bike is smaller. So he's the first deaf. So first of all, he makes his own bicycle.
He makes his own bikes.
He repairs his own bicycle.
You repair your own bike?
Yeah, he repairs his own bicycle, yeah. So his bike is old, it is not new. So it is his favorite bicycle, so he repairs it. So when he goes, the police they see that he's deaf and they ask, how are you able to drive? So he asks them, so I have side mirrors, I'm able to see. Yes, I'm deaf, but I can be able to, you are hearing, you use your ears, you use your voice, but for me, because I'm deaf, I'm able to use my side mirrors. So I have never had an accident.
Okay, so you don't hoot. Do you hoot? Yeah.
So he just uses his eyes and the side mirrors only. So he doesn't hear.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm curious about.
So he uses it. So when he's on the bike, and maybe he wants to create a way, he tries to hoot. Yeah, so he uses it. But for the people behind him, when they hoot, he cannot. He's not able to hear, but he can able to see. But when they use the lights,
the response.
Yes.
Ah.
But he's able to see the light. Maybe, for example, when he sees an ambulance behind him, of course he's not, okay, his body can feel. So when he's on the bike, that is how he's demonstrating, so he can be able to feel. So when maybe the lights are high and he sees people moving, he's able also to move and give way. Maybe he gives way for the nurses to pass quickly. So he uses his body as well, and it's very easy. Also the vibrations. So if they are loud enough, his body, of course he doesn't hear, but of course his body is able to vibrate, so it is easy. So when people talk much, so for him, okay, when he's wearing his helmet and the whole suit.
Does he have a tag? Do you have a tag or something that shows that you are a person living with disability and therefore you should be given way and such a because for us, if I'm not a person living with disability, I can actually be aware in every surrounding. So for him, side mirrors and everything might not just be enough, because you know how the roads are in Nairobi. So is there anything that he's doing, like taking extra precaution to make the people aware that he's a person living with disability?
Yeah, he's saying yes. He must protect himself. First, he wears the gloves, then he wears the helmet, he wears the coat, the correct attire. He never misses. Why? Because he's deaf, and he must protect himself. So when he has the reflector that has the sign that it has a sign on the back that is written, the deaf Kenyan racer. So it shows people that when they see, oh, this is a deaf person.
Oh, I think that's it. Can I just have it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So he has a reflector that maybe he can put and we can show you.
The deaf Kenyan racer.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Now that makes sense. Okay. Now I understand. It's okay. Yeah.
So he's telling you to turn it around so that people can see.
This is the one, and he's the only Kenyan deaf racer. Not only the only Kenyan deaf racer, I think he's the only Kenyan deaf biker, is it? You're the only Kenyan deaf biker in Africa.
Yeah, in Kenya, in Africa, he's the first one
Ah.
to race. Yeah,
Racer and the biker? We have bodabodas who are deaf. Yes. Do you belong in any association?
Yes, he's saying that we have the boda. There are so many. So, but before they were not there. So for him, he's the first. So when he saw them, and now the deaf have flooded the business. They have
the boda business.
Yeah. Some own bicycles. Some do use it to commute. Some are in business with the bicycle, of course, for the profit. And so he's saying that majority of them, almost all of them, are using the 150cc and below. And below,
yeah, they can't go higher. So just out of curiosity, when you're a deaf biker doing it for commercial, like boda, how do you communicate with the customer, especially majority don't know the sign language? So if, say, you are operating in CBD.
He's saying that it is easy.
How is it easy? Now I want
so
you to take...
He's going to answer you. So the deaf, so maybe they're in the village, people know that this person is a deaf, so they know. So when people, they see him, and know, hey, this is a deaf, I love this deaf biker. So they maybe the uncles, the auntie, the family, so all of them, they see that this is a deaf and his work is well. So when the aunties, the family members are using, customers start flooding in, and maybe they tell them, take me to the shop, or maybe the home, so the boda. So the deaf understands the place, and you're asking how are they able to stop? So the customer will tap the deaf and tell him here, and then the deaf will stop. It is as easy as that.
But now my question is, are they limited to a surrounding? For instance,
okay, I'm asking first, how do they pay?
Oh, okay.
Because you had asked that.
Oh, okay.
So he's answering. So about money, maybe 50. If maybe the hearing say that it is hard to understand, the deaf will remove some money and show him, this is the money that I want you to pay me.
Give me something like this.
Yeah, then maybe if it is change, the deaf also understand how to give change.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they can tell 100. The hearing understands well, so it is easier.
Okay, but now are they limited in terms of being the boda riders in a village? Can they ride far away? Or just in the vicinity of the location they know?
So both, he's saying both. So both in town areas, maybe around, maybe they can go far, maybe in the village. Yeah, we are having deaf everywhere. So if the deaf know, if it is far, of course the profit will have to go higher, and if it is here, they know. So the member of the member of the hearing, of course, they explain and say that this area, certain area, this is how much you are supposed to charge. So the hearing boarders will explain to them, and so the customer will also know. If the customer is going far, this is how much I'm charging, maybe 100 bob, maybe 50 shillings. So of course they have the members of the hearing community who are able to help and assist.
Interesting. And now let's talk about your biking journey. How did you get into biking, and what inspired you to want to do this, especially being a person who's living with this condition? And I'm also surprised that you've told me it's actually flooded, that now even there are a lot of bodabodas who are actually deaf and they are riding. So what's your story of biking to a point where you decided to do racing?
Thank you. So this is a nice question. So before, I loved traveling. So I saw one beautiful book about the hearing group. They were traveling. So I thought this is my favorite thing. So I started, of course, communicating with one person who I met. So we interacted, and I wanted to join the hearing group and be traveling with them with the bikes. The group was traveling with the bikes. So this group, the hearing group asked, hey, you are a deaf biker? Okay. So it is possible for you to join the group and travel with us to Muranga.
Which group was this, if I may ask?
It is called Cool Bikers.
Oh, you are with the Cool Bikers.
Yeah, the Cool Bikers group. So he joined the group, and he started. So the group welcomed him, and they started traveling together. So he enjoyed so much.
Which year is this?
2017. So that is when he joined the group, and he's been with them until now. So when he joined the group, so they traveled. So they were hearing, and the hearing saw that, hey, you are a deaf and you understand how to bike and you have skills, you're good. So he joined the group and continued being with them because so he loves traveling, and then he also wants to make aware that we have a group. So the group also knew that he's there, and the group stood with him and continued with him until fairly for 34 wait 34 years. time when we joined the group. Okay. So the entry before that, so they were traveling together. First,
Cool Bikers, yeah?
First the group saw him that he had skills and had experience. So he asked them that I want an entry in the sporting competition, the biking, because I have skills. So the group agreed to it because they had seen that he has skills. So and he was able to join. So true, we have a challenge, but he is lucky because of the group.
He's surrounded by people with love and support. Very nice.
It's impossible for them. So it was possible for them to. It was possible because the group supported him to start competing. And then in 2019, that is when he started competing. The hearing people, they were wondering, we've never seen a deaf person, a deaf biker with so skill. He's the first one, a person with a disability, and that is how he has continued even to win. He became number three sometimes. All the other people, it is easy for them.
Before...
Also the picking 10 people, but for him, he's out of 10 people, he's able to emerge number 3. So that is how he has been trying until now, and that has been his goal.
So before we get into you racing and everything, I'd like to know, where did you train how to ride a motorcycle? And you've also mentioned that you fix your own motorcycle. I'd like to know, where did you get the training to learn how to ride and how to fix your own motorcycle?
Okay. So you're asking how I knew to fix, before?
Fix and ride.
Okay. So he knows very well because he loves fixing a lot. So when he sees that a bicycle has a problem, of course he saw a mechanic, and he was able to observe. When he sees a mechanic doing something, he observes and he learns. So when the mechanic goes out, he's able to pick a few things. He knows that, okay, this is wrong, this is right. So, and then he sees that it is easy. So with his own bicycles, he's able also to know where the problem is, and he's able to solve it.
And how many bikes do you have?
And he's become his confident. So he's become confident because he doesn't. Okay, he's afraid of giving other people makes because some are very liars. Sorry. And when they see that he's deaf, they can take advantage of him. So that is why he's able to. He must be able to fix his own bicycles and know how to solve it.
Has that ever happened before? Has a mechanic ever tricked you?
Yes. So he's saying that sometime. So his bike had a problem. So the braking. Okay, so the bike would stop. And so he saw that this is a problem. So he said, the mechanic was hearing. So can you try and fix it? Okay, the mechanic said, okay, let me help. So when the finished and it was okay, so he tried again and it was okay. Okay. So he drove for at least 2 kilometers. So the problem hadn't gone away. He just had the same problem. So he decided, you know what? Let me just. The bike was shaking and was sliding and fell. So he saw that the nuts were not well kukazwa ni aje na kizungu.
Tightening. It's not tight enough.
The nut was not tight enough. So slowly they were just let loose for him, and that is why he fell. So he decided that I'll stop giving that hearing mechanic and I'll start fixing it myself. And so he has experience for 15 years now.
Fixing your own bike? 15 years.
So both, he's saying both, driving and fixing his bike. So he's also a driver and he has skills in driving the car. Yeah, he drives car as well as he rides a motorbike.
Do you own a car as well?
Skilled. He said that before he had, but now he doesn't.
He moved to bikes.
He's asking that he saw you with a car. He's asking if it is the black car.
Yes.
So he's saying that the same car, he had the same car. And he used to drive, he used for 5 years, then he sold it.
He sold it because of a motorcycle?
So, okay, he had challenges in life, that is why he sold it.
Oh, okay. And how many bikes do you own now?
He has one. Before I had 3. 150cc, then 180cc, and now then another 180cc. Question, where before you have 3 bikes? Okay, he had 3 bikes, then he sold the 3 of them. Okay, so he kept upgrading. Okay, so he said he buys one, he sells it, he buys one, he sells it. Now he owns 1 and 180cc, but he's hopeful that he'll advance soon.
Definitely. From the look of things, I think you're going far. Now, what triggered you to join racing? What made you want to start racing now with other bikers?
Okay, so I realized that I'm the only deaf racer, and I have skills. So, and in the group, so the members will see me that, hey, Kimiti, you have skills. Come and join this group. The group is Alpha, a racing group.
Alpha Racing.
Okay. Alpha Racing. So they said, So the group told you to join. Encourage you to join. Okay. So I started practicing with the group, the alpha racing group. So they supported me for the place. So they pay for the charges where I'm supposed to race. So the group pays for my practices as well, even for the fuel. Okay, they contribute a little, and of course I'm able to race. That is how I've been able to race until now, for 4 years now. Until now. Okay, this will be the 5th year.
The 5th year. Oh my goodness! And how have you been performing so far? Your performance and everything.
So I have won trophies. I have trophies.
How many do you have?
How many? 5. He's having 5 trophies at home. So I have 5 trophies at home. So I became number 3. More of them, I'm always number 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Yeah, more of them.
So ever since you started racing, you've just been top 3?
Yeah. So here, the trophy that he's having are for number 3, all are labeled number 3, so many of them. So he's saying that his number is number 33. Maybe he thinks that is why the 3 is for
the lucky number. Oh.
Yeah, the bike number is 33, so he thinks that maybe that is why number 3.
So does that mean if you change to 22 or 11, you will be number 2 or 1?
Yeah, he's saying it's possible, but he decides to pick 33, and he decided to pick 33. And that's all. So he's 33 because he's okay. His motorbike is old, and if his motorbike was new, probably he'll become number 1. He feels and believes that he's able to become number 1.
Okay, what bike do you currently have?
Okay, it is 180cc. What is its name?
The
Apache.
Brand? Apache.
Apache.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how old is it?
So the bike is very old. So he bought it in 2015 until now. So that is 10 years. So it is very old, the engine.
Oh, you feel like it's slowing you down. Your skills do not match the bike.
It is very old. Yeah.
What is the bike that you want?
So he wants to advance. So he wants a bike maybe to 50cc, 400. They are in between. That is the bike he wants.
What make?
So he wants a Yamaha brand, or that is his preference. A Beth, and then or probably a Suzuki. So his preference are in between those 3.
Okay.
Because so because he's picking those because they are the bikes that he has seen. That is why he's preferring either of the brands.
Have you ridden them too?
Okay, 150. He's ridden 150cc, but he's seen them. Okay, for the bed, for the both he has an experience with the bed, but the Suzuki, okay, the bed and the Suzuki, he has experience with them, but the Yamaha is the one that he hasn't used it. But yeah, so those three brands are his preference.
Okay. Because I see you're very skillful. Yeah, maybe you actually make sense because you cannot be number 3 all the time. Sometimes you have to try and top the charts, right?
So he becomes number 3 because the competition mixes the groups. We are in the same group, but we are having one bike with the 250cc, other one 180, 150. So it is mixed up. So the last his is 150cc, and the other CC are very fast. Okay, of course, the bigger engines with the bigger CCs are very fast. If the engine is the same with all in that group, he probably become number one. But now you see the group is one, but the category, it has
So
different bikes with different CCs.
in short, in his category, we have 150 and 180 and 200 cc's, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now,
yes.
now I see. So if you are put with only 150 cc's, you definitely win.
Yes. So on Sunday, last Sunday, we had a sporting competition. We had a challenge.
Okay.
So he had a challenge because of his tire.
What happened?
His tire was different, so it was not good for the roads, meant for the roads. So, and the tire that he had wasn't for sporting. So he had a different tire. So that was very challenging for him. He tried to fix, but he tried his best and became number 4. Why? Because of the tire, it was wrong. It was not meant for competing. And of course, remember the bike is also old, so it stopped. So it was on and off, on and off. So he tried his best and became number 4.
Oh, so this is the first time you are number 4 actually, because you're used to being number 3, 2, and all that.
Yeah. So 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4.
And we've already established the challenge. It's the bike, not you. Do you go to practice every now and then?
Sometime I miss practice. Why? Because of fuel. It's a challenge. And then of course the place to practice you must pay. You pay for you to be able to go the labs and also the fuel. So that is a challenge. So I only go to practice when the competition are nearing, so that I'm able to prepare and be ready for the competition.
Okay. And you think that's enough, or you need to? If you keep on practicing, you can become better. Like every weekend, like because that's what I've seen. That's happening a lot with the Whistling Morans, at the Whistling Morans with other racers.
So the group, many groups have money and they are ready. So every Sundays they compete, they practice, they're ever ready. But for me, I think it is a challenge. Yeah. So things are hard. Yeah. Because I'm the only person, of course, with a disability. So joining the group, it is problematic. But I try. I never give up.
Yeah.
Until
That's the
now.
Is there something else that you do apart from riding a motorcycle, like?
So I have skills. I have many skills. So I work. God has given me skills. I can be able to fix things. I can be able to drive. I have to fix cars as well. I can be able to paint. I can do carpentry. I have skills. I make seats. I make tables. I have skills. But my experience, I have experience for 15 years driving a car, traveling. So I will go to the airport and pick people. I'm a driver. I'll travel to Mombasa. I'll travel to Machakos, to Meru, Nakuru.
Wow.
I have skills as a driver because now I work, my work reduced because of Corona, and now we just have small works, maybe in carpentry. When the customer calls me to maybe drive them, I'm able to go, but I'm able to get a car, to hire a car, drive them and bring them back.
That's interesting. And these skills earn you money?
Yes. Because I have a family, I have children. I have 3 children. So they're in school and I must pay. So I must work and look for money.
Okay. Hey, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes. So my children, they grow up, they know that their father is a biker.
Mm.
And so some people, I must give money, of course, to bring them up.
Ah, okay, okay. And they know you're racing and they support you.
Yes. So during competitions, of course, they come to support me.
Mm.
So my children know, and of course they also know and help me service my bike.
Ah, for real?
The children. Yes. So the firstborn helps me. Helps me service the bike well. The children have interest in bikes. Yes.
Ah, okay, interesting. Now, as a biker, we always talk about this story about, how Kenyan roads are, right? The matatus and everything. Have you ever been in a situation where you are agitated with these cars on the road as well? Have you been in that situation? We call it kununua shamba. Like you've been in an accident before?
That you are correct. In Nairobi town, the matatu people, of course, the music and the head might burst.
Mm.
They never respect other people. So the drivers, the motorbike, no. So the side mirrors. So when the buses are two and the other two are coming, so they are passing each other. So, and you are trying to pass in between. Of course, the driver sees you on the side mirrors and see that the motorist you're trying to pass in between, the driver will move towards that direction. And of course, they are hard-headed and they don't give much respect to the matatu as well. So the people crossing all over, the car, the noise, they're moving very fast. So when they see the lights, we are supposed to stop. People, one person might try to pass
the traffic lights.
The traffic lights, yeah. It is a bad thing, so you try to pass in between. Also, I had an accident one time in Kiambu. Yeah, I had an accident. So other driver was coming and communicating with driving while communicating with the passenger, and of course trying to turn right. So he missed the indicator, and me, I was speeding and I was near him, so I ended up hitting him and I fell. So I asked the driver, what is wrong? So the driver said, I'm sorry, I did not see you. I don't see you, the bike coming. Of course, I was trying to communicate with my children here. They're trying to tell me to turn right, so I'm very sorry. What is the problem that we'll fix? Of course, it's a big broken kidogo, so I go to the hospital, you get checked, and only the clutch that was the one that was broken. I went to the hospital. Hospital, go check, finish.
Everything was
so
fine.
He went to the hospital and was checked and was finished. Oh, his hand, sorry, not the clutch. I'm very sorry. His hand was the one that was hurt, and the leg. Yeah. So the driver paid for everything.
Oh, the driver was kind enough to take you to the hospital.
Yes.
Was he understanding your language?
Okay. So when I fell, so people started coming. They asked, "Are you deaf? Sign language?" So they were shocked to see that he's Mimi. So they thought that because I'm deaf, I did not have a certificate and I did not have an insurance. So that is what they thought. So I told them no. So the man, one rich man, came to the hospital. Okay, I was taken to the hospital, and then my motorbike was taken to the police. So we had a discussion with the police. Okay, the police was, of course, were given some money, and then the bike was taken out. Then I was also taken out. I came out of the hospital. Then when I came to kidogo tu kidogo, let me understand well. So you go to the hospital, correct? And bike yours to the police station.
And you said I'm going faster.
Yeah, it's faster bana. Okay, sasa endelea time wewe in hospital and bike yours in police station. So the bike was in police station and was kept there. So the man went to the police station and said that we had an accident here. So he wrote a statement and he gave money, and so he was able to communicate there because for him they were able to communicate, but me I didn't have to, I wasn't able to communicate. So I was able to text and call and send information to the group, the cool bikers group. Yeah. So when they had the information, they came very fast to assist and help. So they came to the hospital and they asked, where is the driver? So he said that the driver had gone to the police station. Okay. So they acted, the hospital, I was given crutches in the hospital, and then I went to the police station with the group. So we were able to talk to the police and know how things were. And then, I was asked to sit and so so the police asked that, you are deaf, do you have a license, do you have insurance, how do I know? So he said that he's a driver, and then that is when he was able to, he said that he has the certificate. The police were shocked. He was able to show them the certificate and the insurance as well, because he has them in the bag. The police says, okay, so they write for me a report and called the owner to come back, and of course he showed them the certificate and everything, and then they went to court, but the process was long, so it has taken 4 years until now.
To solve the case?
The case is not solved yet. It is still in court. It has taken a long time, 4 years.
So the person who hit you, was it a hit and run or?
So the driver there was good. Yeah, there was good. The car was not destroyed. Only the front part was broken.
Okay. Okay. So if you can communicate through the phone, you said. So you called the cool bikers and then they came on board and they rescued you.
If I was alone, communication would have been a problem.
It would have been a big problem.
Because I texted the group and they came, of course they were able to discuss with the police and they were able to understand each other. So we had the members of the group, they were able to write a report, and then the process in court continued and see how things went on.
Do you have, when you mentioned the certificate, is it the certificate of the persons living with disability?
Yes. So he has the person, he has the certificate for the person with disability. 2, he has the driver's license
and insurance.
Yeah. Both for the bicycle and for the car. And then he also has insurance for the bike. He has all those.
Very nice. And do you get discounted for the price? You're not charged like the other people.
So because he's deaf, he doesn't pay a thing. So because he has the card for the persons with disability.
You don't pay for insurance?
Yeah.
You don't pay for the license and the insurance?
So yeah, it is cost free.
Really?
So even for all work, all services for the deaf
no tax.
Are free.
And what about tax? You don't pay tax?
Yeah, it is tax free because I am deaf and I have the disability card.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Do you just go to any insurance, like say an insurance company, and tell them you're a person living with disability?
Okay, he's saying that for insurance, you must pay.
For the bike?
But for works, tax, it is free. You don't pay, it is free because I am deaf and I have the card for the deaf.
But you're not given any special discount for the insurance and the license?
The insurance, the cost, no, it is same as other people. It is not. It is not subsidized.
Would you like that to change?
So the guy, okay, it is the rules are there, and I follow them and I respect them as well.
And you're comfortable with them?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable. Because when you pay tax to the government, I know the government knows that so the tax is set to be even to all. And the government knows that as well. So for the insurance and the certificate, okay, many members are for the hearing, so even for the deaf, it's not that big problem. If you own a car, okay, the business owners going back to and fro at home, but for the bikers, it is the business in biking. Some do taxi, and we have a deaf who are, I think I know 3 or 4 in Kenya. There are only 3 in business.
Really? Who are in the taxi?
But the tax is even.
Now, you as a biker, is there anything you'd like to see different that can favor people living with your condition? Anything? Or are there any things that you've noticed that you think should change to favor?
Yes. I see a vision for the deaf group. So easy access. I've never seen okay, me as a person, me as Kimiti, I'm a biker, and I've learned how. So the deaf have questioned me experience. Okay, the deaf are questioning me, some are encouraging me. They say that how are you able to use side mirrors and your body to protect yourself? It is easy. I can teach and members of the deaf to understand. And first you must have the gloves, you have to the helmet, you have to follow the rules. The tank, it is hard sometimes, but I say that the
clutch,
the brake, okay. So others say that the deaf are best. Okay, others think that the deaf, they use but okay, the battery, and the battery. Deaf are interested, but others encourage me that it's important to have the engine checked and the battery as well, the fuel tank. It is very important to know that so that I want that information to spread. It is not hard for a person to be a biker. It is very, very easy. Now the deaf, it is spreading to the deaf in 25 and above deaf. Now, he knows 25 deafs who are using bikes. Yeah, he knows 25 deafs who are using bikes in businesses, in Kenya.
Oh,
yeah, wow. So he knows 25 and above. But before, he was alone, and he tried as much as possible to encourage others, and now it has spread to more. Okay, 15 people who are deaf. So he has able to teach them and encourage them, and they spread the awareness. It has become easy even to the members of the deaf community.
Are there also women bikers?
He's saying that he doesn't know of any, he hasn't seen, because some do not have interest. But maybe it is possible in future, but as of now, he hasn't seen any.
And the 25 that you know, are they only men?
Yes, he's saying that all are men.
And the 25 that you know, are they based in Nairobi?
So one here in Nairobi, others two in Murang'a. So Kikuyu, Nakuru have 3. Mombasa, we have 2. Meru, we have. So at least in parts of the Kenya, at least 3, 2. Yeah. Okay, so even Ruiru, we have 2. So in summary, okay, in totaling up to 25, totaling to 25 and above. Okay.
Interesting.
Also, the deaf group. The deaf group want to come to the sporting competition because there's some who want to come, but because they are challenging and their bikes are maybe lower cc and they consume fuel kidogo. But I will say I encourage them, and in the future they might join. So I try to teach them. Okay, the bicycle that they are having, most are riding the wrong bicycle that can't compete, but we're trying to support, and of course I'm trying to support as much as possible, and the members of the deaf community who are racers will increase and grow.
That is interesting. Now, generally, as a member of the deaf community, now in general, is there anything you'd like to see different that the government should work on in supporting you guys, or maybe the community at large?
Before I was the only racer, the deaf racer in sporting competition, of course. So the government wasn't supporting and was accepting the group. Of course, it revolves around business. Okay. Of course, I have the sticker at my back written the deaf. But I haven't seen any government supporting. Maybe the government. Okay. So because I have the sticker on my back, probably, and I'm competing.
Yeah.
And probably because I'm competing, the government maybe might see my sticker and might try to join the sporting competition and support me, because I'm out there putting so much work and showing that true deaf can compete. We have other deaf group, 3 years, that travels to Machakos. And we had one interpreter, a lady. Her name was Rose. So we traveled to Machakos. Of course, I traveled with her. We came back to Nairobi, back to Ruiru. So in different places. So I take her back home. So the deaf group. The deaf group. So having a sticker on my back, I'm able to travel well, and of course having an interpreter, and of course the group encouraging me, calling me, and going on. Slowly we'll grow, and also will create awareness in Kenya and in Africa at large.
Okay, I see.
Because I'm the only sporting deaf here. So I hope that this becomes bigger, and in Africa, and many people join the deaf race.
And do you think motorists respect you when you're doing these road trips? Like you said, you move from here to Machakos, Murang'a. Do you think people in the car, they respect you when you put that sticker?
Yeah. He says that the group that he traveled with, he must remember to wear the reflector with a with a signage showing that he's deaf racer, so that when another motorist is following him, he's able to take note and know that, yeah, this is a deaf racer, so I'm able to know how to overtake him until we arrive. And maybe, for example, when we were in Machakos, school for the deaf, for the children there, when we went there, I showed the children how important it is for a deaf to have a signage that shows that you are a deaf. And the children saw it and they were happy. And we interacted very well. And when we came back, we traveled back to Nairobi together with a group. So we didn't have an accident. We were able to travel back to Ruiru, and everyone went back to their homes. We all traveled well together.
And do you plan to travel out of the country with your bike, like how I see people with GS do, these big bikes?
Yes, me, I want that. And I'm very passionate and interested. First, in Kenya, I create awareness in Kenya first, and then it spreads. Maybe on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, slowly. And then many people join, the group becomes bigger, and then that is when it's possible to travel to outside Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Yeah, I know I will in future. First, we start slowly as we advance.
Yeah.
It is impossible to just move from a lower level to a higher level, but okay, of course the government is ignoring, and they see the evidence, and it is impossible for them. They are not supporting yet, they are seeing the evidence. First, it is important to be patient and progress slowly.
Yeah, as you move up.
Yeah, so when people see that it is possible for a deaf to, they're able to see and know that the deaf can also do, the behavior is good and it is possible. I know that with God, everything is possible. Even the blind, the disabled people, God can make them successful. But people out here think that it's impossible for persons with disability, maybe the deaf, to stay at home.
And they can do
some are
other things.
oppressing. But I want to show people and make them aware, even the world, that we can include and let them travel and of course give them the support. So the Kenyan government, once they are aware, of course, I am hopeful in 2030, I am very hopeful that awareness, I will have so much awareness and I'll be able to travel outside the country.
News will spread, yeah?
Sorry?
News will spread, like it will spread. And
yeah.
That is interesting. I wish you all the best in your journey as a biker and in life in general.
Thank you.
There was also something else that I think Picha Zawanga posted. What was it about? You know the poster that was there on TRNK?
Well, it's about contributing towards the new bike that he needs to use for racing.
Yes, yes.
Riding gear.
So as you know, Kimiti is the only deaf rider we have in Kenya, and he is facing some challenges as he tries to push on his dream of becoming a racer in Kenya. He's currently racing under the 150 category CC, which is also categorized under 150, 180, and 200, right? So his team is basically looking at contributing towards getting him a new motorcycle, which he just mentioned, a Suzuki or a Yamaha, anything 300cc, and just 150 and above, but between 150 and 400cc, so that he can help improve his skills. He just mentioned that the bike that he currently owns has a lot of problems. It's got a lot of problems. The engine problem, it's an old bike. He's been riding it for over 10 years. And it's giving him a lot of challenges. So it will be nice if he upgraded. And he also needs gears, helmet, gloves, suit, for safety precautions. And as you know, he's a deaf racer and he's trying to better himself. And this is one of the most unique stories I think I have ever aired in this podcast. Of all the episodes I've done, I think this is one of the most unique stories. And I think we can come together as a community, the biking community, or someone out there in general, to support in whatever way you can. I don't know, do you have a till number that we can put maybe down here? Yeah, I'll be sharing the till number. if you feel like you want to support Kimiti in his biking journey, it will go a long way. I don't know, have you set up a budget or something? Yeah?
1 million.
Well, yeah, so we're looking at getting at least $1 million. This will get him a new motorcycle and gears, including insurance, and also to fund his activities. Oh, and also, by the way, he, you know, at the Whistling Moran, racers practice every weekend, but he says that he does not go, he misses some and he attends some. Reason being is because of finances as well. So if you're out there and you're watching and you're a big fan of Kimiti and you support him, you can go have a look. You can choose to support his racing. You can fuel his motorcycle. You can pay for his fee to access the grounds for practice and the race. You can also support him in buying a helmet, gear, and in any other way possible. And you'll be blessed. What do you think?
I think you are very correct with the story. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, and I wish you all the best. You're going far. This is one of the most unique stories, like I've told you. I don't think I've ever seen or I'd ever come across someone with a person living with disability like you, and you're taking up the challenge, you know. And I also hope that the other guys who are watching, they should feel encouraged or motivated. They shouldn't be held back or stopped by you know, whatever situation you're in or condition you're having. You can still make it. I mean, we have a champion here, and he's always been top 3, despite the challenges of his motorcycle and every other thing. So, yeah, if you're able to, please support him. Your support goes a long way, and we'll see you guys. I believe you'll get your million bob, and you'll get a new bike, and you'll also get the gears that you've always been looking for. Personally, I'm championing for you, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Is there anything we've left out?
Tumpatie sign. Hata ajue kusema jina yake.
Kusema nini?
Your name.
How do I pronounce my name?
Akuteach to
Oh.
at least sijui kila day kupatia na msee sign. Ile ni sasa watakuwa na kujua nayo kila
Oh yeah. So now actually before we started, see, you had mentioned that you know me through the podcast, but you've also met me with the bike. I've interacted with you a couple of times. I think you're very good at playing pool. Yeah. I remember you're teaching me. Do you remember?
Yeah, he said, I remember.
Yeah, there's a time he taught me.
Yeah,
Yes,
I remember.
Yes, and I was really performing poorly. Yeah, so maybe you can teach me a few things, a thing or two. Yeah, like I think the basic name.
So this is your name, my. That's do as he does. My name. What is your name? He's asking my
Kat.
name. Can you? I think I spelled C-U.
C-U-R-T.
R-T. C. U.
C.
C.
This is you.
Mm,
Then R.
R.
This is R.
T. C-U-R-T.
C-U-R-T.
So congratulations, you've learned very
Also-
fast. Yeah.
Hey, but now I need to be fast.
Congratulations.
This is congratulations.
Yeah. So you are. He's asking what is your name.
So ask me.
You are. Your sign name. So that is your sign name. This is your sign name.
Nice.
Because he's saying that this is your favorite style.
Oh, this is how you'll identify me. So if I do this, you'll just know I'm Curtis. I'm Kat.
So for him, that is my sign name. This is my sign name.
To mean?
Me.
Napeleka kwa.
And then this is
Curtis
the,
first.
okay. So okay, let me do again. So sign Just look at him. Sign, name, Colin. So he's Kimiti is showing you my name. That is my name.
Oh, that's me.
And my name,
Oh,
Kimiti. So what is your name? What is your sign name? Sign name. Sign name. Yeah. Sign name. So do it exactly as he's doing it.
So-
because of the way you shave, because of how you shave your hair.
so this is sign name.
Sign name. So this is sign.
Sign
Name.
name. Or I can choose to. Or this, yeah. Or whichever. Very nice. How do you say I'm hungry?
Hungry. Hungry.
Ah.
So I am hungry. Satisfied. So this is satisfied.
Oh,
Food.
this is satisfied. This is hungry.
Uh,
Okay, so maybe you can close the show. You can use that camera to tell the deaf community that they should watch this episode that will be airing next week. And introduce yourself, tell them you're a deaf rider and you like them to watch. You can look at that camera where he's standing.
Tell them. Repeat what you said. So you
Look
sign.
at that camera
Look there.
and tell
You
the deaf
sign,
community
tell the deaf
that
community.
you've been on the Cat on Wheels podcast.
Yeah, on Cat.
On Wheels.
Wheels.
Podcast.
Cat on Wheels.
And and it will be airing next week. And they should watch. You'll share the link. And thank you for watching.
Okay. So he was just getting it right, but the video will be,
yes,
the link will be sent next week.
And also encourage the deaf feel discouraged wafanye kazi pamoja na meet na the hearing community and mingle na the hearing community. Encourage the deaf people to come out.
You need me to voice this. Very nice.
Yeah, you'll voice it, yeah.
Hello. So I am here. I'm the only deaf Kenya, and I came here to record a video that will be shown on YouTube. The link, see the link. The link will be sent next week. So I am a deaf racer in Kenya. I want to encourage all interested and advocate for the deaf to become and join the community. It's very important. At least when you see me and you see this story, that is nice. Thank you. Yeah, that was fast. That was short. Am I okay to
Iko sawa, eh.
Okay.
What do you think?
Me think
Picha, how do
wewe
you think?
unasign sana.
It's good.
It's good.
I think it's
Mimi
good.
nilikuwa angalia. Mimi ready.
Oh, inampinya.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you so much. That has been nice. Okay.
Nice for you.
Eh?
Okay. Nitachukua ingine? Ama uko sawa na hiyo?
Haiko sawa. Ama unataka arudie?
Hapana.
You think so? Thank you so much.